पूर्णस्य पूर्णमुदच्यते ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जीत मा गृध्रा कश्चिद्विदनम् कुर्वन्नीवेह कर्माणि जिजीविषे च तमसमा एवं त्वयि नान्यते तोस्ति न कर्मा लिप्यते नरे आसुर्यनाम ते लोका अन्धेन तमसावृता तांस्ते प्रत्याविगच्छन्ति ये चात्महनो जनः अनेजदेकं मनसो जवीयो नैनद्देवाप्नुवं पूर्वमर्षत् तद्धावतो अन्यन्तेति तिष्ठत् तस्मिन् मातरिश्वा ददाति तस्मिन्नपो मातरिश्वा ददाति तद्देजति तन्नैजति तद्धूरे तद्वन्तिके तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य तद्धु सर्वस्य भायतः यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मैयेवानुपश्यति सर्वभूतेषु चात्मानं ततो न विजुगुप्सते यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्मैवाभूतविजानतः तत्र को मोहः शोका एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः सपर्याक् शुक्रम् अकायम् आवृणम् अस्नावीर्यं शुद्धमपापविद्धं कबीर्मनिषि परिभू स्वयंभू यथा तथा यतोरतान् विददात् शाश्वतीभ्यसमभ्या अन्धं तमप्रविशन्ति ये विद्ययामुपासते ततो भूयैव ते तमो ये विद्ययां रतः अन्यद् एवाहुर्विद्यया अन्यद् आहुरविद्यया इति शुश्रुमधीराणां धीरस्तद् विचचक्षिरे येनस्तद् विचचक्षिरे इति शुश्रुमधीराणां येनस्तद् विचचक्षिरे विद्ययां च यस् यस्तद्वेद उभयं सः अविद्ययां मृत्युं तीर्त्वा विद्यामृतमश्नुते विद्ययां च यस्तद्वेद उभयं सः अविद्ययां मृत्युं तीर्त्वा विद्यामृतमश्नुते अन्धं तमप्रविशन्ति ये सम्भूतिमुपासते अन्धं तमप्रविशन्ति ये असम्भूतिमुपासते ततो भूयैव ते तमो यावो सम्भूतां रतः अन्यदेवाहुसम्भवात् अन्यद् आहुरसम्भवात् इति शुश्रुमधीराणां येनस्तद्विचचक्षिरे सम्भूतिं च विनाशं च यस्तद्वेद उभयं सः विनाशेन मृत्युं तीर्त्वा सम्भूतामृतमश्नुते हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापि हितं मुखम् तत्त्वं पूषणपावृणो सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये पूषण्येकर्षयमसूर्यप्रजापत्य दिव्यरश्मिन् समूह तेजो यत्ते रूपं कल्याणतमं तत्ते पश्यामि येषोऽवसौ पुरुषोऽसुहमस्मि वायुरनिलममृतम् अतेदं बाष्मान्तं शरीरम् ॐ कृतस्मर कृतं स्मर कृतो स्मर कृतं स्मरः अग्ने नये सुपातराय अस्मन् विश्वानि देवा वयुनानि विद्वन् Yodasma juhuranameno Bhuvishtam te nama yuktim videma. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, all devotees, I remember asking question to all of you. And I remember asking question to which all devotees I asked question, their names. And they told they'll answer in the next session. So we'll start with the devotees are switching off their videos. That's why I'm starting. Okay. Yes, Sandhya Buddhi Mataji. Please share something. You were the first one to switch off your video. You need to unmute yourself.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam.
To be frank, really, Prabhuji, I did not go to the session, but Friday session I can answer, Prabhuji. Friday session I listen, Prabhuji. You can ask from that.
That only I'm asking. Friday session. What you heard in Friday session?
So we discussed about the types of devotees, Prabhuji. Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari, Kanishtadhikari, and Mahabhagavat. So characteristics of types of devotees. How the vision should be, vision of a devotee should be.
What his vision should be? But anyways, thanks for recollecting three types of adhikaris and Uttam Adhikari. Where is our Shitala Devi Mataji? She was having some question. That day I had no time to take. Thank you. Sandhya Mataji, thank you for sharing. Yes, anybody else? Who else? They're telling that time, I'll find out. Sakshi Mataji. Yes. Do share.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Prabhuji, I could recall the qualitative oneness and quantitatively we are different from the Lord. Just like the fire has heat and light. So all three can be one, like heat, fire and light, we can say one in quality, but quantitatively, spark of fire does not has the same quantity as the fire itself. And there was another analogy of a salt, droplet of water from a lake, seawater. So qualitatively, it also has the salt as the same chemical composition which the complete lake has. But
ocean has, because the ocean water is salty.
Which the ocean has, but in quantity it's very less. The salt quantity is very less.
Yes, quantity wise we are different, quality wise we are same. That oneness refers to ekatvam. One thing, as Sakshi Mataji has told, it is oneness of quality. Yes, I have question. Buzzer round for all of you. You can raise your hands. What is another kind of oneness?
Yes.
No. Raise your hands. Ram Reddy Pro has raised the hand. Okay. Yes, he is 1%. Yes, Ram Reddy Pro is very eager. Please share. Okay. Padma Mataji also. No issue. Let's see what you answer. Then I'll go for the next and pass the question to all other audience. This is oneness is qualitative oneness. What is another oneness? With analogy.
Spiritually, we are one, Prabhu.
Oh.
The soul.
Soul is one. Only one soul. We have two souls.
No, like
left
spiritual.
and right. Huh?
No, Prabhu. Like as in the soul's perspective, we are all one.
Okay.
Bodily, in the material
our composition is Satchitananda. Correct? We
yes,
are Satchitananda. That is what you want to say. Yes, correct. Yes, you're told right. This is qualitative oneness you are told. Whatever Sakshi Mataji had told qualitative, she told about ocean water and a drop of ocean water. Then she told about fire and spark. Then that analogy you connected to the soul. So soul is a drop or soul is a ocean? Ram Reddy Prabhu. You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, it's drop, Prabhu, because
Drop.
super
And
soul we have, right? Paramatma.
Super soul, okay. Super soul is ocean. And who is
Ocean.
Krishna?
Yeah, Krishna Lord.
Karuna Sindhu. He's a Sindhu of Karuna. Ocean of Karuna. So he's not the ocean. Yeah, basically
Krishna.
Bhagwan, Paramatma and Brahman. When you speak out Paramatma, Paramatma is it's an expansion of Krishna. Okay. So when we speak, we are all International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Who is speaking? Who is speaking? Who has unmuted himself? There are two raise of hands. Ram Reddy Prabhu, is it clear? Thank you for your nice connection of the previous analogy. The qualitative oneness is the drop is we and the ocean is Krishna. And Krishna's expansion is Paramatma and his energy is Brahmajyoti. Yes, thank you. Yes, we have two raise of hands and Mataji has already unmuted herself. She is very eager to speak. Yes, please speak.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, we have discussed one more analogy of hot water and fire.
Which water?
Hot water and fire, Prabhuji.
Okay, yes, please tell the analogy.
So hot water we don't get hot water without fire. So here, this oneness of fire is what we discuss. The hot water, whatever we get, so it is through fire. So the fire is complete and hot water is
the energy. Yeah, that is energy. Like I was discussing from the point of view of the same analogy. Lord Krishna is having multifarious qualities, and we are his expansions. So it doesn't mean that the hot water is fire itself. The hot water is an expansion, or it's a derived energy. But this I just quoted for expanding the energy of oneness of quality. That is the same oneness. Thank you for reminding this.
We also have discussed this under spiritual unity. We also discussed the oneness of scriptures.
Tadeka Veda. Yes, oneness of scriptures. Correct. Madhvacharya quotes. Oneness is, therefore, scriptures are one. And who else is one?
God.
Surbhi Agarwal Mataji is very eager. Yes, Mataji, please go ahead. Varun Prabhu has raised down his hand.
Prabhuji, I was also about to say oneness of scriptures, that all the scriptures takes us towards one thing. We may be situated on different level of consciousness, and there are different scriptures for every level of consciousness.
Yes.
But the motive of all the scriptures is same towards, finding the love of God. And we are oneness of the soul and oneness of the scripture. Yes. So as a soul, we are all same, coming from the same spark, and the scriptures, according to our anarthas and all, we can follow different scriptures, but they all take us towards the same thing.
Thank you for sharing. Our Mataji has come, Karuna Radhika Mataji. She is raising her hand with her question. Last week I was trying to give her answer. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I'm not Sita Devi, Prabhu. I'm Karuna Radhika Devi.
That only, but last time you were using
that name I was not able to change. That's the account is Sita Mataji, so I was not able to change. Prabhu.
No issue. Therefore, Karuna Radhika Mataji, please tell.
So, Prabhuji, oneness, Srila Prabhupada says that all souls have the potential to become Krishna conscious. So that is the oneness he sees, regardless of the exterior, whether he's a African or black or white. Yes. He sees them based on their potential to take up Krishna consciousness.
Yes, they are not one like a Bata chappal or a Bata shoe, which manufacturing product, which has one mold and they produce thousands of same size of thing. So this is qualitative oneness, all of you are telling. But I want another oneness Prabhupada mentions in the purport. Thank you for having such a interactive answers, interactive session. All of you remember.
Prabhuji, oneness
yes,
of
Surbi
interest.
Mataji, Dikshit
Oneness
Mataji,
of interest. We also discussed oneness of interest. We gave an example.
I was looking for this.
Like in a family, there are different people who have different things, but then they're all working towards the upliftment of the family.
Yeah, so Vasudeva Kutumbakam. In a family, there are different mother, father, sister, daughter, uncle, auntie, but nobody wants to go against the will of the family. They don't look same. It's not like they are having the same face cut, same height. Not that they're all same gender. No, they're different in terms of their shape, their face cut, their thought process, their subtle body, their gross body. They may have the same genes, but again, even twins are having identical thought process. That's called twins paradox. According to science, genes say so they have same genes, therefore they should be same, but they're not same. That's called twins paradox because they are not coming from a same body, but soul are different. Yes. So this oneness of interest means what? There is one composition wise oneness. Krishna is Sachitananda, we are Sachitananda. Mayavadis say, Arimpersonalists say, therefore we are one. Yes, one, but qualitative oneness. Composition wise we are one, but quality wise we are quantity wise we are different. Okay, this is oneness, qualitative oneness. Second oneness is Krishna wants to love us, and we want to love Krishna, and therefore we remain together when we become cooperators, and Krishna becomes the enjoyer. So this is same interest. Like Radha and Krishna are there. Srimati Radharani wants to serve Krishna, and Krishna wants to take that service. And when Krishna is enjoying Radharani, as the Radharani's happiness is increasing like anything, they both have same interest. But Krishna is thinking, Arey, I am enjoying, but Radharani is serving, but Radharani is becoming more happy. Therefore, I want to delight, I want to taste the sweetness of that service. And then he becomes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is called oneness of interest. So family, society, everybody wants, like India want to be 75 years of independence. Azadi ka Suvarna Mahotsav. Is it audible? My sound? Or it's less? Everybody is able to hear, na? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, no issue. Very good. So therefore, when a country or a nation is trying to strive for some ideas, that is every citizens they cooperate with the government and try to align their skills and talents, their taxes, the corporate companies, they also align with it. That is called as oneness of interest. They want to take India from a developing to developed country. That is called as interest. So this is oneness of interest. Similarly, all Jivatmas, they want to try to please Krishna. Their whole desire is to please Krishna. The center, like the family, the person, all the family members, they want to please the head of the family. Whether it is in olden days, there used to be great grandfather, great grandmother. Without their sanction, nothing used to happen. But then 25, 30 years back, there used to be only grandmother and grandfather. And now there are only mother, father. And off late, they are also not there. So that is a condition. Therefore, there is no family thing only. Therefore, it becomes difficult to understand the oneness of interest. But if you see the Vedic lifestyle, the oneness of interest is aligning with the head of a family. So similarly, in the Vasudeva Kutumbakam, family of Lord Vasudeva, everybody, 84 lakh species are his children, but everybody is trying to aligning with the mood of Lord Krishna. They want to please Krishna. That is the mood of Vrindavan. Yes, this we have discussed. Hare Krishna. So, two interest. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmayeva bhuta vijanata tatra kamoga shoka ekatvam anupashyatah. Oneness of scripture, oneness of interest, oneness of quality, and then when we develop spiritual vision towards the things of this world, when we develop spiritual vision towards the events of this world, when we develop spiritual vision towards the people of this world, like a Ganesh Adhikar is only concerned about himself. So what we had read about Kanishta Adhikari, somebody can tell?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Oh,
Deity worship. Who did the deity worship?
So they worship God only in the temple, and outside they do all nonsense.
Yeah. Thank you for putting it so precisely. Thank you for telling that they engage in deity worship. Okay, when they come to temple, they think, I should be pure, I should not eat non-veg, I should not drink, I should not smoke because I'm going to the place of deity. But once they come out of that range, they think they are free to do anything. So they are like the lowest. In the sense that doesn't mean that they're better than atheist. They're better than moralist. At least they are coming to temple. At least they are Sukrutinas in one way. And Krishna is just their adhikari. Adhikari in the sense they are given the name adhikari because they deserve practicing bhakti. But they come slowly, they come, they see Vaishnavas, they associate with them. Then they start understanding the importance of whom. What is the next definition?
Vaishnavas.
Yes, Karuna Radhika Mataji, what you are trying to speak?
They will understand the importance of Vaishnavas, that they should
Yes. They understand the importance of people, the people of this world, and Vaishnavas are also staying in this world. So not only they're just concerned with the Lord, also those people who are serving the Lord, they are called as devotees. They start understanding their value, and then they understand, okay, I have to friend, I should respect them, I should develop friendship with them, we should do Islamic exchanges. To the degree they understand the importance of Vaishnavas, to that degree what will happen? They will quickly rise from Kanishta Adhikari. In Kanishta also, it's not like it is only one range, Kanishta, then Madhyama, then Uttama. No. Kapil Dev says there are 81 variations of devotees. Permutation, combination of mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness in devotional service. So there are 81 varieties of bhakti. And broadly, if you tell, this I've read when I was attending this Ishopanishad. So one devotee was telling, there is Kanishta means in that there is 3 level, broad category. There is Kanishta, who is a entry level, he just starts coming from the childhood, he starts practicing. He has some affinity for the Lord. He's like, okay, he and temple, that's it. And he doesn't know anything. That's correct, Kanishta. And moment he comes to ISKCON, he's not Kanishta. Because he starts coming to temple, starts hearing lecture, starts reading Prabhupada books, he associates with Prabhupada. He understands the importance of Prabhupada. So basically, the Kanishta, when he understands, okay, he gets attracted to some pure devotee, like Prabhupada or some of his disciples, then he starts appreciating them. And when he starts appreciating them, he may not value all Vaishnavas equally, but some people who are very, very at a different level of spiritual practice, he gets attached to them. And then he starts connecting with them. And slowly, when they starts reading those books, he starts chanting 1 round, 2 round, then he's not Kanishta, he becomes Madhyama Kanishta. So Prabhupada says there are no Kanishta Adhikaris in ISKCON. That means there are no Kanishta. Slowly they become Madhyam Kanishta, then Uttam Kanishta. Then when they really fully understand the importance of Vaishnavas and they understand without Vaishnavas are my life and soul, without them I can't exist, I need them very badly to carry on my Krishna consciousness, they become Madhyama, Kanishta Madhyama. So Madhyama's first level is Kanishta Madhyama. Then to the degree they understand, start, they understand, start cooperating with the services and take up services, rendering services, standing 16 rounds to the point of taking Diksha and then start rendering all. Whether Diksha is not just formal initiation that, okay, the Guru gives a Diksha, no. The consciousness is elevated. They understand the value of association. They understand how to be compassionate to the souls who are innocent. They know how to avoid envious people, and they know their bhakti about towards Lord increases. They start treating Lord as a family member. So the object of their love is Lord. So in that way, they progress. Then from Kanishta Madhyama, they come to Madhyam Kanishta, then they come to Uttam Kanishta. Sorry, Kanishta Madhyama, then Madhyam Madhyama, then Uttam Madhyama. Okay, I'm not confusing you. First is Kanishta, then becomes Madhyam Kanishta, then Uttam Kanishta, then Kanishta Madhyama, then Madhyam Madhyama, and then Uttam Madhyama. Hare Krishna. And then Kanishta Uttama, then Madhyam Uttama, and then Uttam Uttama. So this is not mentioned anywhere clearly in the scripture. What I'm trying to tell you is that, am I audible, Varun Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Because I'm seeing devotees Varun Prabhu and some devotees shaking their earphones again and again. So I'm getting doubt whether My connectivity is there, or their connectivity is there. So it's briefly described by Lord Kapila that there are 81 varieties of. It's not just 9. These are 9 I told. Like this, there are 81. So we go through this journey when we go from Kanishta to Uttama. Okay. So we'll continue today's topic. So that devotee is able to see in this world everything connected to the Lord. Estu sarvani bhutani atmai eva bodha vijanata tatra kamo kashoka ekatvam anupashyatah. He is able to see. Such a devotee should also see. What he should see? He should see saparya shukram akayam auranam asnaviryam shuddham apapaviddam kavirmanishi parivo swayambur yatha tathayato rattan vedadhat shashpatibhya samabhya saparya shukram akayam auranam asnaviryam shuddham apapaviddam कवीरमणिषि परिभो स्वयंभू यथा तथायतोरतान् विदधात् शाश्वतिभ्य समभ्य सपर्याक् शुक्रमकायमावृणम् अस्नावीर्यं शुद्धमपापविद्धं कवीरमणिषि परिभो स्वयंभू यथा तथायतोरतान् विदधात् शाश्वतिभ्य समभ्य. 5 devotees can recite. Someone can start. Nobody should feel that they're left out.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Saparyaga Chukram Akayam Avranam Asnaviram Suddham Apapaviddam Kavirmanisi Paribu Swayambur Yata Tatayato Artanan Vyadata Chekswabhya Samabhyaya.
Yes, Prabhu, very nicely tried. Second devotee.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Saparyaga chukram akhyayam avranam asnaviram shuddham apapaviddam kavir manasi paribhu swayambur yata tatyatartham vyadadak chasvati bhyaha samabhyaha.
Very good. Please, next devotee.
I'll try that, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Dasraj Prabhu, I'm happy. Today there's feast. You are speaking out.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Saparyaga Chukram Akyam Avranam Asnavairam Shuddham Apapaviddham Kavirmanisi Paribhuhu Swayambhur Yatya Tathyato Rityan Vyadacyak Chasvaitibhya Samabhyaha.
Very nice.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Nice debut. Like it's like making century in the debut.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Brahmaramba Mataji, no? Yes, please. You will say.
Yes, Prabhuji. Saparyaga Chukram Akyam Avarnam Asnaviram Suddham Apapaviddham Kavir Manisi Paribhu Swayambhu Yatta Tatyo Rathan Vyadhadhak Chasyavatibhya Samabhyaha. Hare Krishna.
One last devotee. Fifth.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Yeah, 6. We'll make it 6. Both of you can recite.
Okay, Prabhuji. Sa Prayagacha Chukram Akyam Avranam Ashnavram Suddham Apapaviddham Kaviramanisi Paribhuhu Savambhura Yatha Tato Yatothan Vidyadak Chashvatibhya Sambhyaha. Hare Krishna.
Yes, very good. Last devotee. 6th.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Ram Reddy Bro, try.
Sapariyagachukram akayam avaranam ashnaviram shuddhamapapavidam kavir manishi paribhu swayambur yatha tatyatorthan vyadaccha chashvatibhya samabhyaha. Sorry, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Amazing. You have sung in meter, Bhagavatam meter. I think Srinivas, we want to try? Srinivas, Hare Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah.
You also try once.
Saparayaga Chukram Akyam Avarnam Asnaviram Suddham Apapa Vidham Kavir Manisi Paribhu Swayambhur Petityato Rathan Vyadathak Chasistibha Sambhavya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll go to word meaning. Sa Pariyag. Sa. Who is this Sa? This Sa is that person who comes in the previous two verses, 6th and 7th. Yastu Sarvani Bhutani. That person is able to see every living entity and Lord in every living entity. And that person who is able to see Ekatva Manupashita, he also pursues that Lord. Sapariyaga. He must know, in fact, such a person who is able to see through 4, 5, 6, 7, who is able to understand Lord is inconceivable, who is able to understand Lord cannot be understood of mental speculation, who is able to understand how the Lord's potencies and features they work. 3 things, and then he is able to see the Ekatvam, and is not hankering and lamentation. He is able to pursue this kind. Much he becomes eligible to know this Lord in this way. He gets to understand that Lord has these many qualities. What are the qualities? Pariyag must know, in fact, Shukram, that Lord is omnipotent. Lord is omnipotent. Akayam, unembodied. Akaya means kaya nahi hai. Kaya manasa vacha. So man is mind, vacha is speech, kaya is body. Akaya matlab no body. Oh my Lord, that Lord is omnipotent, has no body. So Lord has no body. Asnaviryam, he has no veins. Shuddham, he is pure. Apapavidam, he is untouched by sin. Kavir, a prophylactic Prabhupada is writing. Asnavi Shuddham is antiseptic, he purifies. Kavir, he is omniscient, all-knowing. Kavir is philosopher. Manishi is philosopher. Paribhu, the greatest of all. Swayambhu, self-sufficient. He has no origin. He himself is the origin of everything. Yata tata yata. Yatha tata yata. Yatha tata yata. Yata mam prapadanti, you heard, na? Krishna reciprocates with you the way of surrender. Similarly, yatha tata yata. Just in pursuance of arthan, desires, has people desire, he supplies. Vedatat, awards. As living entities desire, as you desire, as you sow, so shall you reap. As you desire, Lord awards. But based on what? You should deserve also. Chashvatibhya samabhya. Eternally is supplying the goods needed by, desired by all living entities, provided they also should deserve. So my question to all of you, that Lord Uttam Adhikari is seeing, he is perceiving, he has no akayam, he has no body, he is having akayam, no body. He cannot be approached, he cannot be touched by any of the physical things, avranam, and he has no veins, asnaviryam. He is shuddham, apapaviddham. So what is this? He is omniscient, omnipotent, the greatest of all. What do you understand by seeing all these qualities? Does he has a form? Directly speaking, akayam, no form. That means that Lord has no form. What is your answer?
Prabhuji, God doesn't have single form actually. Akaya, it can have various forms. In any form, it can be, you can see the God.
Oh my Lord.
No problem. I don't know what maybe.
So Lord has no one form, he has many forms. Okay.
Saha means person, is saying, Prabhu.
Akayam means no body.
Saha, but the first word Saha means that person, he said.
Saha
So we
means that
already said it.
Uttamadikari. Uttamadikari. Yeah, Minujan Mother was telling, yeah, Lord has not just one form, he has multifarious form. Ananta form. Rama Dimurtikala Deshu Yemena Tishtam Nana Avataram. He has many avatars. Does that you mean that one? That he has many avatars? Or he is manifested as different forms?
Both, Prabhuji. He has many forms here, manifested many form. Like we can't take this is only the single. Like if we see a cat, it has a single body. We can identify very easily this is cat by the body. But for the God, we can't say this is a single form. We can identify this is God.
He has many. He is Rama, he is Narsingha, he is Vamana. You can identify him like that?
Yes, God has formed Prabhuji, because in his pastimes we came to know that he lifted the Govardhana hill and killing many demons like from his childhood.
Mother, you'll take your comment. I want to continue the, yes, thank you for your comment, brother Brahmarambaramadari. Yes, thank you for your input. I just want to continue with Jain Mataji, what she wants to tell.
Prabhuji, my thinking is like that only, like Lord doesn't have a single form. Like
he is not having one form, he is not having one.
So we can say like Akaya means there is no like human body kind of things.
Okay, he doesn't have a human body. Like
kind of like as we have.
As we have. Yeah. Okay. This seems to be appropriate.
Yeah, this is that's why it is called he doesn't have body like a human body.
The way we have.
Yes.
The way when we cut our hand, blood comes. When we sleep, lot of blood comes.
We get old, we get injured, everything we have. But the Lord doesn't have these kind of things in his body.
Thank you. Now it's clear. Yes, now you're right.
Prabhuji, can I add a point here, Prabhuji, if I can?
You add, then I'll go to Brahmaramba Mataji. Yes, because I had kept her in loop.
Just to continue what Meenu Mataji was saying, right? I think in a lot of scriptures, Krishna or God, has also mentioned that Nirakara and Nirguna. So there is a lot of misconception that Nirakara means Lord does not have a form. My understanding or what I read is, and what I heard from seniors and Vaishnavas, that it is not right. Nirakara does not mean that God does not have a form. He has a form which is very much different to us. So that's the
difference.
Sorry, Prabhu.
What is that difference?
The difference is God will never age like us. He's Navayavana, right? And his appearance, in terms of if you take an example of Krishna also, for that matter, in Damodarashtakam also, it is clearly said in one of the purports, one of the explanations that the color of Krishna is Nilamega Shama. And how can a person who is in that color have a red palms and hands, right? So it is not possible for normal humans to have that kind of complexion. So that way, Krishna is much different in terms of his akara versus humans.
Just because of the color of body, only is just.
I'm just telling what I know, Prabhuji.
Okay. No, you're right. You are very active today. You have taken your chair.
Today I have no calls, Prabhuji.
Oh.
That's the reason I'm here. Otherwise, I have to rush between office calls and this.
Yes. No issues. I'm happy that you're involved. Yes, Lord is having a form. As you told, he has a bluish form, Ganashamam form. And that Ganashamam form, it is not like us. It is completely. I'll come back to you what it is. Let Mataji.
Then in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the very first sloka itself, he says, he has a form. That, somebody, who focuses on my personal form will attain me quickly. And the next following shloka also, he says, somebody attracts towards the impersonal form of mine, progress for them will be very slow. and only the personal form who focuses, my devotees focuses on my personal form. So all this proves that God definitely has a form.
Yes, yes. Yeah, he has a form, but what Akayan here means? Unembodied.
Sorry,
No body. My sound is not audible?
And I think I lost in between there.
No, I want to ask others. No, because 2 times you asked again.
Yes,
Sound is audible or it is very less?
Now, Prabhuji.
Huh?
Comparatively little less. Comparing.
Every time when it is there, it is less, huh? Now it is okay.
In the beginning, it was good, but now it is, at least for me. I don't know for others.
Yeah. I'll try to give mic in through some other. What is the Zoom ID? Can someone mail the Zoom ID of this?
Zoom ID of this, Prabhuji? I think there is no Zoom ID. We only log in through
Prabhu, 960.
One minute. Tell me.
960.
Okay, 1 minute. 960
6521
6521. Okay.
0965.
What is password?
253205.
253. Oh, my range is also not there in mobile. Relatively less. Hare Krishna. Now
it's okay.
Hare Krishna. Now it's coming. But last week it was okay. Last session. And it is relatively less compared to Leelanpu's class or somebody else's class online.
This is okay, Prabhu, for me.
Okay, Prabhu, we can manage this.
Okay, no issue.
Yeah, it's okay, Prabhu.
Okay. Next time, next session onwards, I'll try to use some other device for enhancing it. Yes, Srinivas Prabhu, before you, I want to ask Brahmaramba Mataji to put some point, and then I'll come back to you because I just postponed her comment. And then
this sloka is talking, Prabhu, is it a spiritual form rather than a material form?
Okay, spiritual form rather than material form. Thank you for your input, Srinivas Prabhu. Amazing. I'll come back. We will analyze whether it is how much it is, what answer you're waiting, but it's good. Brahmaramba Mataji, you are able to hear me? Please comment what you wanted to say.
Yes, Prabhuji. What I want to say is Krishna has form, the Lord has form, and even in all the scriptures, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, where we have studied that he did many activities.
He did many pastimes, Leela.
Pastimes. He lifted the Govardhana hill. He saved all the Vrajavasis. And right from the childhood, many demons came to the Vrindavan and he killed them. Such a small boy, how can he kill? Because he is the supreme personality Prabhuji.
Yeah, he should have a form to do that pastimes. Correct.
Yes.
Thank you.
And he is self-sufficient and he is not dependent on anyone.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Nice.
Hare Krishna.
Who else want to give?
Hare Krishna. Can I?
Yes. Karuna Radhika Mataji.
So I think the same thing I wanted to say, Prabhu, that this body we are talking is a transcendental body. So he's not embodied as in a material body, and we have separate mind, soul, and body. Krishna doesn't have to have those separately. He's complete. So that separation between mind, body, soul is not there, and this embodiment means I think it's a transcendental body. It's not a material.
Yes, very nice input.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Appropriate. Yes, very appropriate. Thank you. Karuna Radhika Mataji. Yes, Mataji, please.
Yes, same thing, Prabhu. Like what I'm thinking is unembodied means he does his body and soul are same. I think there is no difference between the God's body and soul. Like what we are having, the limbs, hands, different like organs. I think oneness. I feel body and soul of God. What we feel is same.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
That is what it means. I'll try to explain one pastime. Then you
Hare
will
Krishna,
understand.
Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare
yes.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, not only past tense, Prabhuji, even still if you go to Abbott's temple or any, recently we visited Vijayini temple, wherever we go, after seeing Krishna,
You fall
some
in,
mesmerism will be there.
you lose your heart in temple, right? If you go
Yes,
to
Prabhuji.
Vrindavan,
Yes, Prabhuji.
devotees
Yes.
wear the t-shirt, I lost my heart in Vrindavan. Yes, people lose their
Not
heart
only
there.
there, Prabhuji, even in home also, when we are doing the deity worship, after the decorating him, the moment we feel definitely he is there, his presence is even in the home also.
So I've got yes, I agree with you completely, 100%, 100%. I'm asking this question, what is Akayam here? Argument is not whether he's there or not there. Argument is what this Akayam means. We want to decode this Akayam, unembodied.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Prabhuji, body and soul is same for Krishna. I mean,
yes, true.
Prabhuji?
Yes. Yes,
It
Survi
means
Mataji.
it means that he is not a conditioned body like ours.
True.
He's above the modes of material nature.
Yes, true. So now I will share one pastime to all of you from Ramayana to make you understand what this indicates. Once Narad Muni went to Ravana and he was trying to tell, you have captured this Sita Mata and you don't know this Lord Ramchandra. Who is he? And after telling all these things, then he starts instructing Ravana. And Ravana becomes very, very upset. He becomes so angry. He takes his knife and starts Narad Muni's body, cross section. He takes and just puts it at the navel, cut. He wanted to cut him into two parts. He becomes so angry. And he puts the sword like this. The sword just crosses the body and the body is as is. Nothing happens to Narad Muni. Narad Muni is just chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And then Ravana asks, I have so many mystic powers. I went to Lord Shiva, I went to here, I took Kuyara's post, I took his Puspak Viman, I took his Golden Lanka, I went to Lord Shiva and took this benediction. I have got so much benediction. But I have not this kind of power where somebody cuts me. In fact, once I was fighting with Indra, and Indra's Airavat has a golden tusk. That tusk went into my chest, and there is still a depression in my chest. And Ravana has to fill silken cloth to make it just that vacuum of the hole to fulfill it. To that time, Ravana asked, "Can you teach me this mystic power?" So Narada thought, "Yes, you can also get like this body, provided you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You surrender to Lord Ramchandra, you return Sita Mata, and do his bhakti, you can also get like this kind of body." Then Rama told, "Leave it. I can never do that." So that means what? Same Narada is having this kind of body because he is a spiritual man who, along with his Veena, is trying to go all the places. So if that is the case, so one resident of spiritual world, Narad Muni, has that kind of body. So what kind of body Lord has when it comes to the material world? So what do you think Lord Ram's body, how it is? Does it has bones? Does it has lungs? Does it has veins like all of us? If it appears to be like that because his mother is there, his father is there, his relatives are there, he's doing different leelas. But why Lord has that? To just give them the feeling that he's appeared like the sun, their friend. And for impersonalists, it's a puzzle. For the materialist, it is a puzzle. For the demons, it is a puzzle that he's acting like a normal man with a normal body. He's also sweating. He's also tears are coming down. So that means he's coming to Krishna Leela, coming to battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjuna is there on the battlefield, and Krishna is riding the chariot. Bhishma Pitama is on the opposite side. And Bhishma Pitama has taken up, Duryodhana is coming and enticing Bhishma Pitama that you are very partial to the Pandavas and you are not finding with full heart. Then Bhishma says, so what do you want? Tell me. I want that by tomorrow's fight, end of the day, not one, all Pandavas should be killed. Bhishma Pitama says, fine. He creates a special weapon for it. And Duryodhana says, don't keep this weapon with you. Give that weapon to me. And I'll keep it safe. Because if Arjuna comes and gets to know and he comes and asks you may give it to him. But Krishna is omnipotent. Shukram. What is that omnipotent? He understands. He is non-different from his sound. He is non-different from his qualities. He is non-different from his pastimes. He is non-different from his form. When he appears as Archa, the Archa is as good as himself. So omnipotent, I'll just keep aside for some time. I'll come back to the form of the Lord. So Krishna comes and tells Arjuna, oh dear Arjuna, you remember when you were at Ajnatwas, when you were when all of you were roaming in forest for 13 years, not Ajnatwas, when you were visibly, when you were having Vanvas for 13 years, just before the Ajnatwas, Duryodhana, to just trick all of you and just to show how he's enjoying lavishly, and you people are just inside the cottage, like with matted hairs, with matted dress. You're trying to do austerities, although all of you are like kings. Just to show his status quo in front of you and just to mock you, Duryodhana comes and with all his residents, with all his brothers, with all his 100 Kauravas, with their wives, he comes and puts a tent on the bank of a lake, which is of Gandharva's lake. Generally, in Himalayas, the Kuvera stays. So when they were in Vanvas there, and after some time, what happens is Arjuna's friend Chitraganda, who taught him dance in the heavenly planet when Arjuna had gone to heaven, and Arjuna made nice friendship with him. So he was the one of like secretary of Indra. He catches Duryodhana and he starts taking him because they were all Duryodhana and party were misusing Kuvera's lake, Gandharva's lake. And therefore, all the embodied souls who had come there, embodied means material body souls, like all the human beings, everybody was captured and they were taken. And then one of the soldiers starts running towards Yudhishthir Maharaj. He approaches Yudhishthir Maharaj and tells Yudhishthir Maharaj, Duryodhana and the whole party has been taken away by the Gandharvas. They are taking the prince regiment of Kuru dynasty. So do something. Bhima says, good. We don't have to wait for the Ajnatwas to end. Right now he's being killed. Then Yudhishthira tells, oh Duryodhana, we are all Kuru dynasty. We are all from Kuru dynasty. For insiders, in between us, they are 100 and we are 5. But when it comes to the dynasty, interest of the dynasty, for the outsiders who are attacking us, we are 100 plus 505. Bhima doesn't understand it. He tells you, he has done this, he has done that, and you want me to go and save him. I am not going to go and save him. Let him die. Then Arjuna agrees. Request of Yudhishthira Maharaj. Arjuna goes and sees, Arey, Chitrang, what you are doing here? I am your friend, but I am just capturing this Duryodhana. But anyways, that's fine. But we are from Kuru dynasty and have to protect him. That is the instruction I got from my brother, elder king Yudhishthira Maharaj. So I have to fight with you. Then Arjuna fights with Chitranga and then he defeats him and then decaptivates. He removes from the captivity of the Gandharvas and brings back Duryodhana. At that moment, Duryodhana goes into depression and he doesn't find any psychological doctor for it. And that time, in that mood, he tells Arjuna, you have protected my life. If you want, you can come back to the kingdom and you can rule and become a king. Arjuna tells, we are Kshatriyas. We don't take begging ball and beg from cover. We beg from somebody who's been defeated. But anyways, you have saved my life. So please ask a boon. Arjuna tells, at least not I am right now, I'm not in a mood. In future, if there is any need, let me see. He car parks the boon. And then Krishna reminds him in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, see, he has approached Bhishma, and Bhishma has kept 5 arrows. Today night, you go to Bhishma Pitama and take these 5 arrows from him. And that's it. Next day, when Bhishma Pitama gets up and asks Duryodhana, give me 5 arrows. Duryodhana says, I have given that 5 arrows to Arjuna. Then Bhishma Pitama takes a vow. Arjuna, Krishna, you are very smart. You are Bhaktavatsal. To protect Arjuna, you have given him the knowledge to take that 5 arrows. I take another vow now. What is that another vow? Either the Pandavas will die, or Krishna, I will make you break your promise. What is that promise? Krishna will not lift any weapon in the battlefield for 18 days. And then Bhishma Pitama starts fighting so voraciously, so courageously, with such intensity. Arjuna's chariot, his flag, his position, his tire, the wheel of the chariot, everything breaks off. And it's like upside down. And that time Krishna is just tolerating. Krishna is just tolerating. And Krishna is a super soul. He is Chukram, Akayam, Avranam, Asnaviryam, Shuddham, Apapaviddham, Kavir, omniscient, all-knowing. He's Kavir, he's all-knowing. And therefore he understands that Bhishma has taken this vow. And if I don't break my vow, Bhishma will fulfill his vow of killing Pandav Arjuna. So Krishna gets down. Krishna makes arrangement in such a way that if he doesn't get down, Arjuna will be died. Arjuna will be killed. And he arranges in such a way, and he gets down. His Uttari, the golden Uttari, Pitamurga Uttari flies off, and Bhishma Pitama is fighting like anything. That arrows are piercing his Krishna's hands, Krishna's chest, Krishna's shoulders. There are various bruises. Blood is flowing from Krishna. So Uttari has gone. Like somebody who likes wrestling, or somebody who likes seeing stunt scene in the movies, especially Telangana, the place where all of you are there. One hero does like this and 100 people flow like that. 100 people come and catch his own hand, 100 people here, and he is able to lift and throw all 100 here, 100 here. My Lord, that is possible with Krishna. So you can imagine what Krishna might have done that time. So picks up with all that blood, with all the sweat, with his hairs flowing off. The whole tire is picks up and with hand is ready to march at Bhishma Pitama. And Arjuna is thinking, Lord is breaking his promise. And Krishna, Arjuna catches his thigh. And from the place where the chariot was there, from there he runs towards the chariot of Bhishma with Arjuna catching his thigh, and Arjuna's feet has gone into the mud and is trying to stop Krishna, and Krishna is unstoppable. And then he goes and stands in front of Bhishma, and Bhishma uses the bow and arrow, and he is giving a thing, please kill me. And what is this? Blood is coming from Krishna, sweat is coming from Krishna, Krishna is becoming angry. Somebody is not a devotee, Prabhupada, that's the purport of first canto, 9th chapter, 40, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Yesterday on the Bhakti class I gave after 2:30 to 4:30. And there Prabhupada mentions Bhakti Vaibhav class in his purport that Krishna wanted to save Arjuna. Krishna wanted to protect Bhishma's vow. And he was thinking, if Arjuna has to be saved and Bhishma's vow of killing him, I don't want to fulfill. Then Bhishma has taken a vow of making me lift a weapon. I will lift a weapon. And I will give that chivalrous enjoyment to Bhishma Pitama because he is a warrior devotee and he wants to see me in that mood, because at the time of death during Uttarayana, when he's going to leave his body, he will see this kind of picture, meditation of me lifting this chariot wheel, a chakrapani, with blood, with tears, with sweat, with hairs flowing. That will be the object of meditation of Bhishma. So to fulfill Bhishma's promise, he broke his promise. To protect Arjuna, he broke his promise. So Krishna is Bhakta Vatsal. So when it comes Akayam, Krishna manifests blood, Krishna manifests sweat, Krishna manifests. When Krishna and Balram are going to Vrindavan and trying to steal butter from the gopis are making butter and trying to keep, and Mother Yashoda is making butter from the Pushpa Gandha milk of all the cows, but Krishna doesn't like it. But normal cow's milk, butter, Krishna wants to go and steal. And when he is not getting the butter, when Krishna is not getting the butter, what he does, all the gopis are having children, small children. Krishna is going and pinching them. Balram is going and pinching them, and they cry. And if children are also not kept inside the room, when the gopis are carrying children with them for safety, that Krishna and Balram will come and they'll steal. If they don't get them, they'll pinch our children and they'll make them cry. So they're carrying the children also with them. So when they're not finding anything to break, anything to steal, Krishna and Balram are going in the kitchen room and passing urine and stool. My Lord, this is like a puzzle for Mayavadis, impersonalist. You are telling this Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and is passing stool, is passing urine, his blood is coming from him, sweat is coming from him, tears are coming from him. What kind of Lord he is? He's not able to understand this much. And people don't understand this much, that he's having a material body and you're telling his spiritual body. So what is the answer? I've told so many past times. What is the answer?
He can transform, Prabhuji.
He can transform. What he can transform?
Means however he likes according to the situation.
What is this? Somebody can quote the analogy for this? What analogy? Prabhupada quotes? Hare Krishna. How he can transform his body? He has spiritual body, he has material body, or at some point of some Mataji is telling he has many forms. Minu Mataji is telling that time he takes a material form, and when he is in when he comes to Golokuna, he takes a spiritual form, and when he is some other pastime, he takes that form. According to the pastime, he takes that particular form.
Prabhuji, maybe like water which takes different form and shape.
Thank you for being so active, Prabhu. Today is our man of the series. Sorry, man of the match is Dasaraj Prabhu.
Achintya Prabhu.
Yes. Lord takes different forms, but water is water. Yeah. He takes different forms. Yes, who told Achintya? Karuna Radhika Mataji. Yes, what is the meaning of Achintya?
It's inconceivable to our senses, Prabhu.
But Prabhupada gives an analogy for explaining that inconceivability to our senses. He gives an analogy of our material analogy only. We use that every day. Your whole, you are able to see me, I'm able to see you. Everything is coming from that energy only.
And Prabhu, sun and heat and sun ray.
Electricity.
Sun and sun.
Sun
and heat, sun rays and
heat. Yes. But what is the transformation of sun, heat, and light? Yes, Srinivas Providi Prabhu.
Electricity.
You're not having a Hiranmaya Patrena. Your face is not caught by Hiranmaya Patra.
No, Prabhuji. My kid was there, so I am managing them.
Kid will come and go. You'll not switch off.
Okay.
Kid will also see me and I'll also see the kid.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like the electricity, right? I mean, different forms. Yeah.
You are from which background? Engineering background?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Which engineering?
Electronics and communication.
Therefore, you remember that. Immediately when you say electrical, although electronics is different from electrical, but
little,
still,
yeah.
yes, but it's very close to electronics. Yes, please tell. What is the analogy?
Right. I mean, we can't see the electricity, but I mean, in different forms, it will get right either as a bulb or a heater or AC, right? So.
You are very close, but I want to find how the electricity is getting transformed in what? In bulb, it is being transformed as what?
Light. It is transformed to light.
Yes.
Yeah,
In AC, it is
similarly,
being transformed into what?
temperature, heat, right? So cool or
Heat,
heat.
but
Yeah.
what kind of heat?
It's
How it increases, decreases? Cooling
yeah,
effect, heating effect?
it controlling our temperature, right? So it
We can control that one. Therefore, I'm telling, if you want it to be hot, it becomes hot.
yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Okay, we will make simple thing.
Okay.
When you want to use electricity for heating water to geyser, what kind of effect it is producing?
So converting to heat energy, right?
Yes,
Electrokinetic
it is
converting heat
increasing the
energy.
heat of the place of the water.
Right.
When
Right.
you use the electricity for cooling in refrigerator, what kind of
Right.
effect it is producing? Cooling. Why? It's not a big 100 marks question, tough question. It's cooling effect. You are
Correct.
thinking like engineer.
No,
No,
I'm just
simple.
thinking, should I tell about chlorofluorocarbons or something?
But the
CFCs
whole
and
purpose of the
yeah.
coolant, chloroform, everything is what? To cool, na?
Yes.
Cooling effect. Basically, simple. Prabhupada tells, like an electric engineer uses electricity for lighting effect, cooling effect, heating effect. Electricity is the same. Similarly, do you think Krishna has inconceivable potency? Krishna is less than the electrical engineer that he can't transform his spiritual body and make his spiritual body to act like a material body for that pastime, to give pleasure to Bhishma Pitama, to give pleasure to all the warriors who are sitting on the opposite side of the Kuru Vamsha, and all the warriors on the side of Pandavas. And these warriors, they are not attracted by playing flute with Radharani. They are not attracted by, Bal Gopal form. They are attracted, warriors are attracted by the warrior form of Krishna, like Chakrapani.
Right.
That is what they are. And there is a Chakrapani Loka in special world. Prabhupada writes there. Partha Sarthi, and they go there. So basically, they're in that rasa.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
So therefore, thank you, Srinath Prabhu,
Thank you,
for your electronics to electrical engineering analogy. So Lord can change his form, but even if he changes form and shows passes stool, urine, blood, all the things which we are having, his form is still spiritual. That is the meaning of magician. I had told the story of magician, right? 4 magicians have come. I told the story here or somewhere else. No?
Not
4
yet.
magician, father, mother, son, daughter. They come to
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
coronation.
He told us, yeah.
Yes.
And the whole blood starts flowing. And next day they send a letter. Okay, for initially you gave us only 1 necklace, but all 4 of us did such powerful magic trick. So how many necklaces we should get? So when they can show that kind of magic, is it difficult for Lord to show, change his body from spiritual to material? When he changes it, transforms it, he still is spiritual. This atheist can't understand. This the materialist can't understand. This agnostic can't understand. And therefore they are puzzled by Krishna. Okay? They are puzzled by Krishna because of how he can have 16 wives. He can expand himself. Okay, we'll start the session now. After this, we'll quickly read the purport, otherwise Ananta Gopa Prabhu will fall behind.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, audible?
Yeah, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Ram Reddy Prabhu, please ask me what question you have.
Yeah, sorry, Prabhu, if I asked something wrong.
No.
Prabhu, whatever we discussed,
Anybody has any questions, please ask. That is important. What the questions, that doesn't matter. Whatever you have in mind, please ask. Don't keep it like that. Yes.
Yeah. Prabhuji, whatever we discussed, we are discussing more like what all Krishna can do. Like, yeah.
Yes.
He can do anything.
Yes,
but
he can do anything.
Akayam is like, Akayam is how it is coming, Prabhu. Like, nobody, right?
See here, what
Because
Prabhupada is
here,
writing in the purport. What Prabhupada is writing here.
Okay,
What is the meaning of Akayam? Supreme Lord is person with a beautiful form, unembodied and without veins. Prabhupada is explaining that. Can you read the purport? You'll get the answer. Start the purport.
Sure, bro. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Here is a description of the transcendent eternal form of the absolute personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord is not formless. He has his own transcendental form, which is not at all similar to the forms of the mundane world. The forms of the living entities in this world are embodied in material nature, and they work like any material machine. The anatomy of a material body must have a mechanical construction with veins and so forth. But the transcendental body of the Supreme Lord has nothing like veins. It is clearly stated here that he is unembodied, which means that there is no difference between his body and his soul. Nor is he forced to accept a body according to the laws of nature as we are. In materially conditioned life, the soul is different from the gross embodiment and subtle mind. For the Supreme Lord, however, there is never any such difference between him and his body and mind. He is a complete whole, and his mind, body, and he himself are all one and the same. In the Brahma Samhita 5.1, there is a similar description. There is a similar description of the Supreme Lord. He is described there as a Sachidananda Vigraha, which means that he is the eternal form, fully representing transcendental existence, knowledge, and bliss. As such, he does not require a separate body or mind as we do in material existence. The Vedic literature clearly states that the Lord's transcendental body is completely different from ours. Thus, he is sometimes described as formless. This means that he has no form like ours and that he is devoid of a form we can conceive of. Hare Krishna.
Inconceivable. So you understood or still have a question?
Still inconceivable for me, Prabhu. But yeah, understood, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah. No. How it is like I gave the example of Narad Muni. Ravana cut an arrow. He took a sword and just slashed around his body. His body was as it is. Because Narad Muni's body is soul. Like you've seen a raisins, dried grapes. Raisins, dry grapes.
Yes, bro.
Black and brown. You put in water, it gets bloomed. Similarly, right now, our spiritual body is 1/10,000 the tip of the hair. Very minute. So, when you become liberated soul, or when you become purified by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, the gross body is buried in the mud here. The subtle body goes into Mahatattva. And the soul blooms into the spiritual body, like the body which you are having right now. This size of body is completely soul. And there is no gross body, no subtle body. It's only spiritual body. That's called Satchitananda body. So that is the meaning of Akayam. No gross body, no subtle body. That is the meaning of Akayam. And therefore the spiritual body, Lord, what he does? He acts like producing blood. He acts like, tears are coming, our sweat is flowing, passing stool, passing urine. So because he is a mystic, Yogeshwara, he is a yogi, yogi hai. He is the Ishwara of all yogis. And therefore he can do any kind of tricks with his body by which he can bewilder the living entities. And therefore, was writing, he has no form like ours, that he is devoid of a form he can conceive. Therefore, still it is inconceivable to you. That means you are right. That is Lord. Okay, Ram Reddy Prabhu. Your video stuck up.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. It looks like I have a connection issue, Prabhu.
Okay, no issue.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Sanjay Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Lord is omnipotent,
Lord
omniscient.
Lord is
your
omnipotent.
debut?
No, I read before as well.
But today you are showing
today is
your
the
debut.
debut, yeah.
Okay, no issue. I'm happy.
Lord is omnipotent, Sukram, and omniscient, Kavish. In the Brahm Samhita 5.2.
1 minute. I'll just try to. Yes, please read.
In the Brahm Samhita 5.32, it is further stated that with each and every part of his body, he can do the work of the other senses. This means that the Lord can walk with his hands, accept things with his legs, see with his hands and feet, eat with his eyes, etc. In the Shruti mantras, it is also said that although The Lord has no hands and legs like ours. He has a different type of hands and legs by which he can accept all that we offer him and run faster than anyone. These points are confirmed in this 8th mantra, though the use of words like Sukram, omnipotent. The Lord's worshipable form Archa Vigraha, which is installed in temples by authorized acharyas who have realized the Lord in terms of mantra 7, is non-different from the original form of the Lord. The Lord's original form is that of Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna expands himself into an unlimited number of forms, such as Baldeva, Rama, Narasimha, Varaha. All these forms are one and the same personality of Godhead. Similarly, the Archa Vigraha worship in temples is also an expanded form of the Lord. By worshipping the Archa Vigraha, one can at once approach the Lord, who accepts the service of a devotee by his omnipotent energy. The Archa Vigraha of the Lord descends at the request of the acharyas, the holy teachers, and works exactly in the original way of the Lord by virtue of Lord's omnipotence. Foolish people who have no knowledge of Shri Upanishad or any of other Shruti mantras consider the Archa Vigraha, which is worshipped by pure devotees, to be made of material elements. This form may be seen as material by the imperfect eyes of foolish people or Kanishta Adhikaris, but such people do not know that the Lord, being omnipotent and omniscient, can transform matter into spirit and spirit into matter as he desires. Hare Krishna.
Yes, so here it is answered. When Lord appears and does pastimes, he can convert himself into, like, Archa Vigraha is also Lord. Like Mataji Brahmaramba Mata is telling, when you go to Abid's temple and see Krishna, it's like, oh my Lord, such kind of emotions are there. When you go to some temples which are worshipped by impersonalists, you see as if eyes have no charm, face has no charm, because the impersonalists think Lord is not having a form, but they use the Lord's form as a ladder to climb and achieve that tattvam. But when devotees, they dress nicely, they feed the Lord 6 times, so Lord reciprocates, because devotees know on the request of a pure devotee, Lord Krishna descends as a Archa Murti. So this is omnipotence. If you want to know what is meaning of omnipotence more, Krishna the Reservoir of Pleasure, a small book by Prabhupada, available in Veda base, on laptop kind of Veda base, not mobile Gita base. Krishna the Reservoir of Pleasure, page number 2 to 5. Second, third, fourth, fifth page. Prabhupada writes 4 pages on what is omnipotency of Lord. If you don't get it, I'll try to mail it to our Dasraj Prabhu, the soft copy. I'll try to mail it to him. You can read that, what omnipotence means. Omnipotency means Lord's name, Lord's form, Lord's pastimes, Lord's qualities, Lord's dham. They have equal potency to purify us. Like in front of Bhishma Pitama, Krishna was present at the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And therefore people may say, oh, Bhishma Pitama achieved, liberation because Krishna came in that Parsarthi form and gave darshan. But when I am leaving my body, who will come? Will Krishna come to give me darshan? Haridas Thakur left body like Bhishma Pitama because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him darshan. Prabhupada, surrounded by all devotees, all devotees were chanting Hare Krishna. He was going and taking darshan of the Archa Vigraha. But all devotees were chanting Hare Krishna. The Krishna appeared in the form of name in front of Prabhupada when Prabhupada is leaving the body. And Prabhupada is Uttamadhikari. But similarly, Krishna, if you try to take shelter of Krishna's name, Krishna's form in the form of deity, Krishna's literature in terms of this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Ishopanishad, and try to get purified by this more and more, we will become more and more purified. As good as when Arjuna was hearing from Lord Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita, the same effect when you read Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita as it is, you get the same effect what Arjuna got. Nashtamo smritirlibha karishya vachanam tava. This is the meaning of omnipotency of Lord. His name, his form, his pastimes, his qualities are all non-different from him, And therefore, they can give us exact satisfaction if Krishna is present personally here, the same satisfaction we can get to the degree we have faith in that omnipotency. So who cannot understand Lord's omnipotency and why? In Bhagavad Gita, yes, Srinivas Bro, can you read this one? We have 30 minutes time now.
Prabhu, one clarification on the previous translation that Prabhupada, like the Arch Vigraha form is form of Lord himself. When Acharyas kind of do that, kind of they do the Sapna, right? So that is the real deity or real Lord itself.
Yes.
But what about the Arch Vigraha or the forms that we bring at home? We kind of and start worshipping and offering things. So how to take that from that? Like, is it still kind of Lord is still accepting things, or how is it? If you can just clarify on that. So
I have a question. I have a question to all of you.
Bring that.
Yeah, I have a question. One question. Suddenly, how all devotees became so active today? Dasraj Prabhu, Sanjay Prabhu showing the face for the first.
Today it's raining outside. It's raining today and we are active.
But therefore, I'm wondering. After the last session, I just did the surgical strike of OBA question very hard.
Exam is coming near, Prabhu.
Huh?
Exam is coming near.
That is the reason. Okay.
I'm just joking. I'm joking, Prabhu.
No, I thought the question paper I told, I'll make question paper in such a way that, all of you will be crying. So that input went to somebody and then that somebody has to come meeting and told be active. Is it like that? Hope it is not like that. Hope all of you are sincere souls. I'm happy that as Grahasthas, all of you taking time and asking such wonderful questions. I was waiting for this day, today's questions. Yeah, Sanjay, very nice question. The question is, Lord appears in temple when Uttam Bhagavad, Uttam Adhikaris are like Prabhupada installed Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Ras Bihari, Radha Madhav. And all the deities which are installed, either sannyasis, 40-50 years, or practicing Krishna consciousness, they call the Lord. It's called as Prana Pratishtha. They invite the Lord from the Vaikuntha and descend here. And that descent is in the Archa Vigraha. It's not that Lord descends in Archa Vigraha. The Archa Vigraha, they're inviting Lord, and the Lord is accessible to us as Archa Vigraha. That means Lord is not different from Archa Vigraha. So that is a temple. That is a temple. It's not that Prabhupada asking question, which part of the deity Lord is present? So one of the sannyasi was giving class initially in the ISKCON beginning 1970s, 71. And he was silent. Prabhupada told, Archa Vigraha is Krishna. Krishna is descended from Paravyoma, which all the expansions, with all the Amsha, Kala, with all 5 features in full Shakti in this deity. Deity is not from Krishna, Krishna is deity. Therefore, when we serve him, we become purified. We get realization. Especially Grahasthas, when they serve deities, they come of the bodily concept of life. Not only they, anybody who's even brahmacharis, Grahasthas, Vanaprastha sannyasis, anybody who's bodily very attached, when he serves deities, he makes Krishna the center of his family, and therefore he completely becomes oblivious to his bodily concept of life and his focus is to serve Krishna. So as Grahasthas, when we bring deities, what we should do is, whoever is guiding us from a recognized place in Puri, Jagannath Puri, if you want to bring Jagannath Subhadra, from a recognized place in Vrindavan, the way the Gaur carved, should bring from there. Radha Krishna. At least Radha Krishna deities, before Brahman initiation, we cannot worship because we have to be in the mode of goodness level. So only we can worship Gaur Nitai, Jagannath Balji Subhadra at our level. Either first initiated or not initiated, that is the criteria. Generally, Gaur Nitai and Jagannath Balji Subhadra for first initiated, and then Radha Krishna for Brahman initiated. So when we bring these deities at our home, these deities I'm telling. And sometimes, like there are many devotees from Pushtimarg Sampradaya from north, here, there, they worship Laddu Gopal. So Laddu Gopal is worshipped by Vallabha Sampradaya. The mood is, Lord is like our son. But our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood is, Lord is not son. Lord is, we worship in the, not in a Vatsalya Bhav, we worship in a Madhurya Bhav. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's contribution to our movement. So, sorry, not our movement. We are coming at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Gaudiya movement where we worship Krishna because he is Radha and is beloved. That is a mood. So, but still, when you keep any deities, all deities are authorized. In the particular parampara which you come, like Gaurnita, Jagannath, Subhadra, Radha Krishna, they have equal potency to purify us. To the degree we have faith in the omnipotency of the Lord. Lord is not different. Like a post box is there. You put post box, red post box, a letter. Any post box you put anywhere of the town or a city, the letter goes to the particular person. So similarly, if there is some, you have just painted your own red box and you are putting letter in that. Will the letter go? Sanjay Prabhu?
No, not will do.
Yes. So the deities have to be carved according to the instruction given in the scriptures. Venam Kunantam Arvinda Dalayataaksham Bharavatam Samaslang Sundarangam Kandarva Koti Kamaniya Vishesh Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. This is the description given. So accordingly, the Archakas, they carve who makes deities, and accordingly what happens is the Lord is features are there. And then you, whoever devotees are there, either the devotees who are guiding you or the devotees, senior devotees, satsang you are doing, they come and have a ceremony of welcoming the deities. Either a Brahmin initiated brahmachari or a pujari or grahastha pujari, Brahmin initiated pujari, they come, they have a deity welcoming, and then they have a ceremony, and then they do the abhishek, and then we commit, okay, these are the things we do, and they're flexible for congregation. Okay, offering one time, whatever we take, we offer it. We rest the deity on time, we wake him on time. So some basic minimum according to what you can do. So to the degree we have faith in the Lord, to that degree the deity reciprocates. And this is for personal home deity.
Right.
But the temple deity which is there, when temple ceremonies are there, then we have to keep the home deity, because see, imagine if you do pran pratishtha at home, then you have to do 6 times offering, 6 times abhishek, matlab daily abhishek, and then dressing daily. If you do that, when you will go for satsang, when you will go to temple for Janmashtami, therefore Prabhupada told, grahasthas can have simple deities which are not pran pratishtha. They can just welcome them. Whenever there is yatra, whenever there is ceremonies, whenever there is some yatra, ceremonies, sevas, they can rest them, they can just rest them, and they can go. And then they can come again, wake them up, and they can worship. Or they can carry with them wherever they go, the deities are small. So that kind of adjustment is made. Generally, in grahasthas, we don't have pran pratishtha deities. But the deities which are there, we welcome, we serve them. That service attitude, based on that, Lord reciprocates. Because Lord is present everywhere. The Lord is deity also. So he'll accept your bhava grai janardana. But if we start doing pran pratishtha at our home, then our home will become a temple. And you will tell, okay, enough of this. After one day, 2 day, 3 day, I have to go to my job, I have to do this, I have to do that. What is this? It's not easy to serve the pran pratishtha deity. In temples, we have so many grasthas coming in turn, cooking 6 bogas in turn, brahmacharis dressing, brahmacharis doing artis, 6 time artis, 6 time. It's not easy. Therefore, temple, Prabhupada kept this standard for temple, and the purification which you go to temple, that is different. Because surely, because that kind of service is done there, the service attitude is powerful there. But if the same service attitude you try to serve in the temple, in your house, then you can't attend Bhakti Shastri, you can't do Bhakti, you can't attend a Satsang program, you can't do your job, right? So it's a best use of bad bargain. Rather than you need to balance your material side also. So therefore, better than not having anything, keeping a LCD projector in terms of seeing different serials, movies, keep DT and serve him a tailor-made kind of regulations which is given for grasthas. They generally welcome the deities, and then When the main temple, when the main program is there, they go to the temple and participate there. Any questions, Sanjay Prabhu?
No, Prabhu, got it. So it's just more on the Bhav Grey Janardhan, right? So
Yes. Utility principle.
Yeah.
Prabhupada told, books are the basis, purity is the force, books are the basis. Then he told, utility is the principle, preaching is the essence. We need to preach. Also, the preaching movement. So all grastas start keeping deities with 6 time offering, 6 time. Their rounds will only not get over, I think so. If they're working in corporate company, if they're not working, then they'll not get sleep. Or their rounds, their preaching, everything will get affected. So the main center temple has a main deity, so that to facilitate the material side and the spiritual side, chanting 16 rounds 2 hours, reading Prabhupada books, attending Bhakti Shastri, having our preaching program, Satsang program, so in that way. So it's a utility is a principle. But the main deity at the center of the community, that is the main root for our programs. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
So who cannot understand the Lord's omnipotency and why? Someone can quickly read. We can just start reading now. Now it's like we have to cover 20 minutes. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Who cannot understand Lord's omnipotence and why? In Bhagavad Gita 9.12 and 12, the Lord regrets the fallen condition of men with little knowledge who derived him. Because he descends like a man into this world, such poorly informed persons do not know the omnipotence of the Lord. Thus, the Lord does not manifest himself in full of the mental speculators. He can be appreciated only in proportion to one's surrender to him. The fallen condition of the living entity is due entirely to forgetfulness of their relationship with God.
Yes. So why they can't understand the omnipotency of Lord? Because they have poor fund of knowledge. They think Lord's body to be material, and therefore, if he's material, then how can his name, how can his form, how can his idol? They don't tell it deity; they tell it idol or some doll, you can say. So according to them, how can a person like me have this power? I myself have no power. Then how can he manifest his power into all these things? He can't do that. Therefore, that is the reason they see him Lord materially. They don't see like electrical engineer, like our Prabhu who just told now, electronics engineer. He can convert heat, energy, light energy, cooling effect, heating effect. They can't understand these simple things. Entirely due to forgetfulness of the relation with God, they criticize the Lord. Yes. Lord maintains, sanctions, and reciprocates. Yata, tata, yato, arata, nivedadat, shashvatibhya samabhya. Lord fulfills our order, not order supplier. Lord is not order supplier. He is yata, ye yata mam prapadyante. Whatever we do, activity in past life, according to that, he rewards the gifts and things in this life. Okay, we have a desire, we should have a 3 BHK, 4 BHK, we should have a bungalow, we should have this kind of car, we should have that kind of car. But that much piety have we done in the past life? That do we deserve that? Somebody may say, no, I wanted to crack this kind of exam, I have to crack CA, JEE, NEET, and I have to go into AIMS or IIT or become a CA, bona fide CA. But that much hard work for that thing has it been done in the past? Or somebody may say, no, I want to become a powerful speaker, I want to become a pure devotee, I want to flourish in bhakti without any attraction for any of the allurements of this world. But has that much bhakti has been done in the past that will give that much sukriti in this life to take up that bhakti so powerfully? So Lord is the observer, Lord is the witness as Antaryami, and in the last life, in this life, he carries forward the whole karma and gives that kind of Shakti to us to fulfill. And therefore, not all devotees are at the same level. Some might be best at material opulence, some might be best at speaking, some might be best at bringing new people, some might be best at cooking. So each and every devotee is unique, and therefore we should not compare one quality with everybody and tell Okay, his nose is small, his nose is big, his eyes are small, her eyes is big, this and that. We can't look at that comparison because based on karanam guna sangasya, based on karma dharma, karmana daiva netrena, based on Lord is that witness who has witnessed all our karma and is accordingly giving the kind of body according to modes. So that is meaning of yata tata yata arthan vadala shashvatibhya samaya. Not only that, he awards whatever the desired result we want. That is what Prabhupada is highlighting here. If someone can read this. Quickly. Yes, Prabhu, continue.
In this mantra, as well as in many other Vedic mantras, it is clearly stated that Lord has been supplying goods to the living entities from time immemorial. A living being desires something, and Lord supplies the object of that desire in proportion to one's qualification. If a man wants to be a high court judge, he must acquire not only the necessary qualifications, but also the consent of the authority who can award the title of the high court judge. The qualifications in themselves are not sufficient for one to occupy the post. It must be awarded by some superior authority. Similarly, Lord awards enjoyment to all living entities in proportion to their qualifications. But good qualifications in themselves are not sufficient to enable one to receive awards. The mercy of the Lord is also required.
So you understood this quality of the last one, yata tata yatha tata yato arthan vedata shashvati samaya means this. We desire and we need to deserve for that. Somebody wants to become high court judge, but he have to qualify that. Therefore, and this high court judge thing comes from this life. But if somebody has not been actively doing it in the previous life, he can't just suddenly become like that. Somebody has to be in that kind of profession in the previous life, and he should have led a very honest life. Then he can come to the point of becoming that kind of judge. So similarly, whatever activities materially, whatever activities subtly, whatever activities spiritually we have done in the past, Lord just fulfills that desires in this. Therefore, when we desire something and we don't get something, we should understand, oh, this I don't deserve. Okay, continue, Prabhu. Someone can continue further, purport.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Ordinarily, the living being does not know what to ask from the Lord, nor which post to seek. When the living being comes to know his constitutional position, however, he asks to be accepted into the transcendental association of the Lord in order to render transcendental loving service unto him. Unfortunately, living beings under the influence of material nature ask for many other things, and they are described in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, 41 shloka, as having divided or splayed intelligence. Spiritual intelligence is one, but mundane intelligence is diverse. In Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.30 and 31st shloka, it is stated that those who are captivated by the temporary beauties of the external energy forget the real aim of life, which is to go back to Godhead. Forgetting this, one tries to adjust things by various plans and programs, but this is like chewing what has already been chewed. Nonetheless, the Lord is so kind that he allows the forgetful living entity to continue in his way without interference. Thus, this mantra of Sri Ishopanishad uses the very appropriate word yata tatyataha, indicating that the Lord rewards the living entities just in pursuance of their desires. If a living being wants to go to hell, the Lord allows him to do so without interference. And he wants to go back to home, back to Godhead, the Lord helps him. Hare Krishna.
What is the meaning of living entity want to go to hell? Somebody wants to become very rich and enjoy this, that, break all regulative principles. Okay, Krishna gives freedom. If somebody wants to use all his facilities and become a devotee, keep a deity, serve him, chant Hare Krishna, come to temple, lead a very pure Krishna conscious life, Krishna gives him that facility. That is the meaning of he allows them. He is neutral. He is not neutral, he is reciprocal. You want this? Okay, take this. You want this? You take this. And then he nourishes the living entities in that way.
Prabhuji, may I ask a question, Prabhuji?
Huh?
May I ask you a question, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Once my daughter asked me, Prabhuji, so everyone, one time we were belonging to Goloka. So we all have come from Goloka. Because
What is
of
your
this,
daughter's name?
Acyuta, Prabhuji.
Ashrita. Huh?
Acyuta. She
Yes.
asked me this question when she was 11 years old. So
Now she is how much old?
She's 13, Prabhuji.
Okay, now she's in 8th standard.
9th, Prabhuji.
Ninth, okay.
So she asked me, so once upon a time, we all belong to Goloka only, but because of this material attractions, we have come to, because of Maya influence, we have come to Goloka. And her question was, when we are in Goloka, there is no point of Maya. So everything is Krishna. When Krishna is there, then there is no Maya. So everyone is happy, no problems. Then how did we get the influence of Maya and we came to Goloka? That was her question.
What is the answer you gave her?
Prabhuji, I couldn't answer her. Still, I'm looking to answer her.
Okay.
I'll call her, Prabhuji, quickly. Ashita, come. Prabhuji, please, she's still under confusion about this. I couldn't answer her.
You're very smart. You're converting a Ishopanishad question into a question answer session for your family.
No, anyways, I thought of, sure, she's my daughter, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, I don't know whether I'll be able to answer your question or not.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, I also had this same question. Like I was having a discussion with my father few days back, and my father asked me this question.
Where the Akashvan is coming from? Who is speaking?
Prabhuji, myself, Harshal, Sakshi, and I have joined by the same bridge.
Please remove your effulgence.
Yes, Prabhuji. Just give me a moment.
No issues.
Prabhuji, not yes. Is it work? Yes.
Please continue the sound. Let the sound come at least.
Yes,
it's really
Prabhuji.
Black effulgence. Even after removing the video, okay, now it is good. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. So, Prabhuji, I was having this discussion with my father, and my father asked me this same question, like which Mataji asked, that when at that time we were all very blissful in Goloka, then how come that thought came into our mind that we wanted to enjoy? And when we will go back also, how what makes us think that we will not get that thought again? So I was not able to answer with the very little knowledge I have. I couldn't answer him.
So you want to bring your father here in the screen?
not here. Not here.
Okay.
He's not here today.
You also want to make this as a family question answers. See, it's a very simple. Actually, how it is first principle from the Ishopanishad we learn, we are tiny. Lord is like ocean and we are like a drop. So ocean means what? He has huge qualities. And drop means what? We are like a tiny 5 ml bottle and Lord is like ocean. So we can understand him only up to that. He's inconceivable. Basically, is inconceivable. We have to understand the first quality that Lord is like a transcendental magician. And when he creates the spiritual and material world, the product Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate, the phenomenal world, the spiritual world, the Jivatmas, they are complete and perfect. So one aspect of completeness and perfectness is we are not robots. When we are in the spiritual world, there are two types of Jivatmas, conditioned and who can just have some, like in any family, there is a son and there is a elder son or an elder daughter or a younger son. Some people are really funky. They want to do their own things. And some people are like a very obedient, yes, Pitaji, yes, Mataji, prayer, pranam, like that. And some people say like, completely, I want this, I want that, you don't understand me, you don't, since childhood I'm saying you're only favoring elder person, elder brother, not me, not that. So there is a story comes in Bible. As a child, I studied it in my second standard. There is a prodigal son. So elder son is very obedient. The younger son is very, very disobedient. He takes the whole money and goes away. And then what happens is, then he loses everything. And he is on the road. That is the material world. So why that son left his father? Everything was complete. The elder brother stayed there only, but the younger brother went, because that is, we are not robots. Krishna has given the free will to us. Maya is here, Krishna is here, Yoga Maya is here, Maya also is here, and Krishna is in between. And Krishna has given the free will to us. If he will keep us in spiritual world and tell, I will design the thought process of yours in such a way that you never fall down from the spiritual world. Spiritual is Sachidananda, complete, perfect. Jivatma is complete and perfect. But the Jivatmas have a free will, idle curiosity. 10 years back, one movie had come. One train is coming from Pakistan and it is entering India. And one lady is sleeping and the girl is very curious. She sees some lamps and she gets down from the train, and that is Indian border. And she's returning, they had come to India, they're returning back. And the girl is lost in India. And the hero comes and rescues her and takes back, something like that. So what I could understand is that mother is loving, the child is also loving, but the ideal curiosity killed the cat. So we're curious. We have the free will. Like when you're walking in the street, when you have the free will, you take, let me go left side, let me go right side. But you don't know what will happen left side, whether there's a ditch on the left side, whether on the right side. So when we are Sachitananda, doesn't mean that we have no free will. The free will is there. So now also we are practicing. Now also we have a free will to continue Krishna consciousness or not continue Krishna consciousness. But in the spiritual world, in our constitutional position, this is first part, why we come here. That is called as Jivatmas, who are called Baddha conditioned, they come. But there are Jivatmas like Radharani and all the intimate associates. They are so much surcharged with pleasing Krishna, they are so much attached to him, they never come. So this indicates that we are not great. We also fall down. It is our shortcoming.
There also, in spiritual world also, we can fall down, like at that time also.
Yes, why? Because we are not great, we are tiny. We are Anu, Lord is Vibhu.
Okay.
And the Lord has given us free will. And he has not programmed us like a robot. You stay here only. And he has given us free will like a loving father. And therefore we understand that we are tiny and we are insignificant. Even we can leave the Lord and come. And then second part is, after coming here, after going back, purifying our heart, do we again come back? I'll tell you an analogy. In childhood, I and my younger brother were playing. And a big bullet came off my uncle. And he parked it with the place where we're playing. And my brother, second standard, he was wearing short. He went to that bullet, that pipe will be there, windpipe, big, just parked it. His leg touched that pipe. And he just 5 years, 6 years old. He was not in second, he was just in kindergarten, something like 3 or 4. And I was in 8, 9, something like that. So then he started telling me, Bhaiya, don't touch this. I thought, Arey, how come he is aware of this? He was experienced. Experience is the best teacher. Fools learn by knowledge. So we are all fools who have come to the material world, tiny, insignificant. That doesn't mean that don't hate ourselves as fools. We are not perfect in terms that we are insignificant. But we are complete and perfect in the sense that we can love Krishna. And we are insignificant in the sense that Anu, in the sense that we have a free will to serve him or to enjoy ourselves. Okay? So when we come to the material world, we have the experience of the material world. We understand our completeness is in aligning with Krishna. So then once we go there, we remember the whole journey we had in the material world. And when next time we desire, oh, this is a nightmare. No. I just want to continue this mission.
At that time, Prabhuji, we will remember our journey, like when we go back at that time. Okay.
Yes. There is a story of Gokumara in Bharat Bhagavatamrit. He goes from Govardhan, he goes to Jagannath Puri, he goes to Indra, he goes to Brahma Loka, then he goes to Vaikuntha, then we can go Krishna embraces him. You have come after a lot of time. It's like a recap. You get to see what all things you have done.
Uh,
At the time of death, you get a recap of all the childhood things, memories. At one point of time, you get a flash. Then you get that body. If that flash is Krishna, we go to spiritual world. So why we come to this place? What is her name? Arusha.
Ashrita Prabhuji.
Ashrita. We come because like your father and mother have given you free will. You can go to play, you can go to school, you can come back. Krishna has given us free will. And you have seen some of the students of your age group are your seniors. I don't know whether you have seen or not. Sometimes they go to the places where they should not go. They start eating things which they should not eat. They start into habits which they should not. So it is not there. It is not that. It is their free will. Okay, like we have our free will. Similarly, Krishna has given free will to spiritual, and spiritual is not different. Knowledge is there, freedom is there, but we utilize that freedom for serving Krishna.
Okay, Prabhuji, understood, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
So, Prabhuji,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
does that mean at some point that there will be no souls left to come to the earth? Because if everyone does get realized here after coming to earth and going back to Godhead, does that mean at some point that earth will basically
Earth
have
will be vacuum and only the artificial intelligent robots will be there working here, playing here cricket,
something
and
like
all
that?
living beings will be absent? Or do you think like
The
that?
souls can neither be born, neither die, that Prabhuji. So
Ah,
every soul at some point has to get realized
yes.
and never come back to the earth.
What is the answer for this is, yeah, I understood your question. The soul is fixed. Yeah, the soul never dies, nor is created again. It is eternal. So it's like in Hyderabad, how many souls are there?
Oh.
Unlimited. So similarly, you know about the Hyderabad souls. What about the Delhi souls? And those souls were amoebas, 84 lakh species. Those souls who are like bacteria. Those souls who are like cats and dogs. 84 lakh species, 4 lakhs are humans, Gandharvas, Kinnaras, and remaining animal species, Jalaja, Namalakani, 9 lakh aquatics, Savar Lakshavimshati, 20 lakh trees, Krimika Rudra Sankhya, 11 lakh insects, and then Pashu Trimshi Lakshani, 30 lakh beasts, mammals, and 4 lakh humans. And that humans are based on 3 modes. Starts from Patala Loka to Brahma Loka. 84 lakhs are there. And this is just a Brahmanda where our Brahma, the CEO of our Brahma is 4-headed. So like that, there are Bhumanda, this Brahmanda where heads are 8, 4 into 2, 8, 4 into 3, 12, 16, 64, 128, 236, 128, 256, 512. These all kind of Brahmas are there. That many dimensions of universes are there, with that many of complex living beings staying there. So this one universe is not the only thing. So sometimes, so all these different species, different universes, they will not get over because they have given free will. They will continue.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank
Srila
you,
Prabhupada ki Jai. Our discussion will continue next. Hope all of you understood that Krishna's body is not material. So we'll continue our purport in the next session. We'll continue 3 mantras easily next. Hare Krishna. Any questions? So many questions. We had only interactive session and some questions of, but again topic we will touch. Yes, Ram Reddy Prabhu.
Sorry, Prabhu.
Oh,
It's
why
again
you sorry?
continuation to the same thing, Prabhu.
Yes.
Prabhu, when we are ready to fall down, like in the material world, whenever I do something, my father, my mother, they tell me, no, this is wrong. So like that, Krishna says, Prabhu, first, you are using your free will, you are going to fall down.
What do you feel?
I'm expecting Krishna will tell, Prabhu.
Yes, this is a family, same interest. Exactly the way your parents are dealing with you personally, Krishna deals with us personally there. There's no difference. It is not like a hypothetical world. Emotions will be same, but the objects will be Krishna. How it is, you know, you have family here. The family, mother, father. Similar, same families exist in Goloka, Vrindavana, in Navdeep Dham, in Ayodhya Dham, in Dwarka Dham. But all the family members, their attraction is only for Krishna. Their cynosure of eye is Krishna, pleasing Krishna. And when we desire, Krishna also gives indication. But then Krishna tells, oh, you want to experience? Experience. Like my brother was telling, don't touch that pipe, otherwise you'll burn. No, no, Harry, you're a small child. I think I should experience. Then I touch. Oh, then you come and experience the material world. Then you don't go. Oh. Then you tell to others also, don't touch this pipe. It's very there is nothing difference between spiritual and material world except center there is Krishna. Center here is we have forgotten Krishna. That is only difference. In the material world also, we become conscious of Krishna. This becomes spiritual world because Krishna can transform electricity in heating and cooling effect. So to the degree we become Krishnized, our body becomes Krishnized because consciousness reflects on the body. Like you take prasad only. Without scent, your body becomes fragrant. Without any soap or without any cream, your face becomes effulgent. But I'm just giving an example because the prarabdha karma changes. Prabhupada's disciples were told, "Arey, these people used to not come to churches, they should not come here, and this have become this. All your disciples have become so bright-faced. They were Jews, they were Christians, they should never come, but now they are chanting Hare Krishna and they become bright-faced." This is how newspaper used to publish article in all the places in West. That means the prarabdha karma changes. They become Krishnized. Their body becomes spiritualized. So devotees are a material body, but if they utilize it completely for, like there is a iron, and when somebody is building a house and when they are doing carpentry and they want to put lot of holes, what they do is they take a nail, burn it, and just insert inside the wood to get that slot. And that nail acts like a fire. Nail is metal, but
yes,
nail in touch with fire acts like a fire. So we have material gross body, subtle body, but we touch Krishna, Krishna's omnipotency, the sound vibration, his Bhagavatam, and his Archa Vigraha form is like fire. And our subtle and gross body touch that fire. They become like fire. And whoever you touch, you will make them Krishna conscious or bring them in Krishna conscious. That doesn't mean that we become pure devotees. That means that we become a humble instrument in the hand of Guru and Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna, thank you for your patience, audience. And we could not complete the topic today, but I'm happy that all of you are involved, all of you are asking such wonderful questions. And I could answer 2 questions of 2 families whom from last 2 years they were having unanswered. I don't know whether it's answered, but anyways, I tried answering. We will try to make next. Yes.
Lastly, one question, Prabhuji.
Okay.
When we go to satsangs or when we go to any spiritual places, when we meet Maharaj, I mean, those who are Uttamadhikaris, I can say. We feel so happy and we will get inspiration. And at the same time, sometimes we feel where we are.
Where we are in the material world, what we are doing in this Moh Maya, we should be in spiritual world, we should be in that, kind of atmosphere. Where we are stuck up. Yes.
That question will arise, Prabhuji.
That is good question.
We have to inspire ourselves. Yes, Prabhuji. Then what I do? Okay, Krishna showed mercy on Jamil also. Why not he?
Actually, Krishna. Yes. Please continue, Madhu. Please continue. I want to hear.
Please.
No, continue. Express your question.
I carry happiness and at the same time some fear also. Where unnecessarily we are wasting our time most of the time. I feel like that.
In what?
In material life.
In material life, what is that material life? Can you elaborate on it?
Taking care of the family, taking care of the children, everything. Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. Okay. Taking care of a family, taking care of children is not material. It's a responsibility.
Okay.
It's a responsibility for entering that ashram. And chanting Hare Krishna is also responsibility.
That doing, Prabhuji. Honestly, I'm doing that. I'm doing.
So therefore,
Prabhupada said one word, Prabhuji. Daily I remind that. He said that with how you are without the food, how you cannot live in the same way. Don't sleep without chanting 16 rounds. That I am following.
So Prabhupada has given for all of us. If we daily chant 16 rounds and take Krishna Prasad and read his books, continue like this, the way you are feeling now, okay, we have inspired by spiritual life so much. Where I am, what is this? Oh, this child, this responsibility, this cooking, oh, what is basically this is a responsibility. And that responsibility will help us to practice spirituality steadily. Because ashram, there is a grahasth ashram, there is a brahmacharya ashram, there is a vanaprastha ashram, there is a sannyasa ashram. Somebody who wants to completely jump into spiritual life and wow, then brahmacharya ashram. But there is under a guru and trying to serve what guru is telling. He has no his free will. It's not like, always you can go on yatras. Oh, brahmacharis are free anyway, they can go here, there. No. Like grahasthas have the responsibility, husband, children. Brahmacharis have the department heads, HODs.
Yes, Prabhuji, they too have many responsibilities.
No, I'm just telling. There are like in family life, there is Sas, there is Bahu. Similarly, there is a department head, there is in charge, there is temple commander, and the relationship is really dynamic. And they are obliged to everything. So same thing continues everywhere. Only thing it is in different shape. But that is a responsibility which we have to accept. And with that, we have to balance chanting Hare Krishna.
Okay,
and that kind of feeling which you're getting when you go to temple as well as devotees and you're feeling very nice, that is wonderful. That is Uddipan. But you should continue taking responsibility of the family and chanting Hare Krishna. And this intensity, that where I am, that will purify us and will become purified and become spiritual. This intensity is very good. But you should add one part that this is a responsibility I have to take. And I also have to be eager for spiritual association and spiritual purification.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
And prescribed duty, no problem.
Swadharma.
Swadharma.
Yes. Mataji, what is your profession? Karuna Adhika Mataji.
I am a doctor, Prabhu.
Oh, your article had come in the BTG. 9 years. Near-death experience of your husband. Is it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry, I was thinking that only. So I am speaking with the BTG article writer.
No, my life on paper, Prabhu.
No issues. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji, so much.
We'll continue the purport in the next session.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much.